Hello, lovely Even Star Wellbeing peeps out there. I hope some of you are joining me live. Apparently it's what we've got to do now, so this is the business reel. I'm a bit late because of technical difficulties, mainly me not remembering how to do Facebook Live, but because I have to do it all the time now, I'm going to get better and better, so that'll be less painful for you. Tonight's topic for Thursday Thoughts video is the physical environment and especially nature and how these things are super important for your well-being. So before I get into that, just to let you know, I am accepting new clients now for 2018. So if by the time I get to the end of this video, you would like to book an appointment with me, I will put a link below that takes you direct to my bookings page. Otherwise, please feel free to PM me if you've got any questions, and we'll arrange a chat for the next day or two, depending on whether you're going away for the long weekend or not. I'm not, I'm working. So let's get into the topic. So I'm sure that you've all noticed that when you go into particular places, you either feel good about them or you sometimes don't feel so good about them. So we all have a particular energetic connection to places, and this is why your physical environment is so important. So your physical environment, what you surround yourself with. So in this situation, I'm talking about wherever you are. So every day you're going to spend some time in different physical environments. So we will get on to nature later, and sometimes the two words get mixed up, but right now I'm just talking about environment as in physical space, where you are spending your time. So the environment that you are in is one of the 5 pillars of well-being. So it is very, very important. And the other ones that these are my 5 pillars. So the other ones are diet, sleep, exercise, and what I like to call headspace, which is all about what's going on in your mind, in your thoughts, in your brain, and on more of a higher plane and a spiritual level as well. Anyway, so even if you get all those other things right, if you are not spending time in environments that are energetically good for you and that you like, then you're going to struggle with your overall well-being. So a good example of this is colour, that everybody can probably relate to. So if you go into a space where one of the predominant colours is a colour that you just don't resonate with, then you don't enjoy being in that space, and it's not a positive energy for you. And when I use the word resonate, that's really important because we're actually talking about the science of energy here and the vibration. Everything is energy and everything vibrates at a different level. And so literally, if it is a particular colour or smell or even touch that you don't like in a physical space, then that's because there's some dissonance between your own vibration and that space that you're in. So saying as I've started talking about science, let's continue with that. So yes, obviously everything is energy. Everything is actually little tiny particles of constantly moving energy, even those things that you think of as solid, such as this table that I'm sitting at. So the main point here with environment that I want to get across is to talk about ionization. So everything is made up of energy, and the molecules, so the subatomic particles that make up everything in the universe, consist of protons and electrons. So these are either, protons are positive and electrons are negative. Now, when a subatomic particle actually loses electrons as a result of a change in the energy, because energy is constantly moving, constantly changing, can't be created, can't be destroyed, I'm sure you remember that from high school physics, this is where a particular area or substance becomes ionized. Now, positive ions occur when electrons are lost. So that, however, is where the positivity of positive ions ends. In fact, positive ionization has been associated with depression, anxiety, fatigue, and also actual diseases, especially things like asthma. There's more and more studies into this at the moment, so it's really exciting, and it's something that everyone needs to become more aware of. So these positive ions are created by things such as electrical appliances, lights, pollution. So all of those sort of negative things that we think about living in a city, unfortunately, part of that, and a big part, is actually that positive ionisation. So negative ions are actually produced in nature. Things like trees, plants, running water is where there'll be lots of negative ions. The problem is that if we spend a lot of time in positively ionised areas, then we become out of balance, and we need to get back into balance. And therefore, we crave being in nature. Have you ever felt like that? Have you ever felt like, I really want to go to the beach. I really want to go to the park. I actually would like to go and hug that tree over there. And that is because that is your body speaking to you and telling you, I need to get balanced. I'm too positively ionised. Please help me. So you need to listen to that. So balance, as in everything in wellbeing, is so, so important. One of the best ways to go about doing that is to actually take up the practice of earthing or grounding yourself. So Indigenous cultures all over the world have always done this, still do this. They know the importance of that heart-earth connection. So actually having your bare feet or your body in contact with the earth allows that balance to occur again as far as ionisation. So what can you do about this? I've just mentioned walking barefoot. So wherever possible, when you go to the beach, take your shoes off. Who wants sand in their shoes anyway? Walk on that sand, walk in a park. If you have a backyard, even taking your shoes off in your own backyard, get in contact with the earth. So I've actually started doing this myself with my meditation. Wherever possible, I'll actually do it sitting on the ground, sitting on the grass in my backyard, and it feels amazing. Other things that you can do is turning off electrical appliances, especially at the power point, wherever possible. Turn them off, and that will reduce that positive ionisation that occurs. Opening windows, so getting fresh air, especially when the wind is blowing. Obviously, if you're in a city high-rise, opening the windows is going to be less beneficial than if you're somewhere where you've got trees around you. But still, fresh air is really important. So even in winter, make sure you open your windows a little bit, at least some of the time. Get a salt lamp. They're amazing. They contribute to negative ionisation of the atmosphere. You need to make sure you get a real one. You can actually see the salt flaking off it, not one of the fake plastic ones, because that will actually have the opposite effect. And make sure you get one that's the right size for your space. So you can talk to whatever shop you're buying it from. I got mine online, so have a look, check it out. They're really worthwhile. I'll actually try and put a link to where I got mine from if I can find it. Essential oils, of course, I'm going to talk about them because they are amazing. Things like tea tree, good old Australian tea tree. It's Australia Day tomorrow. Is fantastic for it's very clearing, cleansing. It clears the atmosphere, clears the environment, as well as infection of any kind, mental fogginess as well, really fantastic for that. There's also a doTERRA blend called Purify, which is especially for clearing areas, and I highly recommend that one as well. It smells gorgeous. And then, last but not least, Reiki. Reiki is going to have a balancing effect. That's what it's all about, balancing energy. So if you can't get into a natural environment of any kind, then book a Reiki appointment. It's going to have the same benefits as going into nature for you. I guess the key here is that you need to do all of this regularly, especially if you live in a city. Got any questions, please contact me. Lovely talking to you tonight. I'll be doing live a lot more often now, so take care and be well. Bye.